Good evening, everyone, and good morning, or whatever day or time it is when you watch my video. But my name is Greta Taylor. I am the owner of Marion Hope Center, which is a domestic violence shelter. And it also provides information, education, job information, whatever information you need to get yourself started with the grace, only through the grace of God that He is blessing me to be a blessing to others. I was married, going through a divorce now. We started our divorce process on Monday. Um, he felt like he needed better. So, hey, it is what it is. So, I just want to talk to you women about the grace of God. God's grace is so sufficient, and you don't understand what happens. You don't understand the things that happen, but when they do happen, I was able to thank God in the midst of the storm. It rained like it's raining now for a few days, and I'm thankful. I'm blessed to be here. I am so grateful to be alive, and I am just here thanking God for another day that He has blessed me. You know, um, Everybody goes through struggles. They go through some type of thing. They go through trials, tribulations. And when you're going through the storm and the rain, I just want you to praise God in the midst of the storm. Sometimes He takes us through stuff and we do not understand what it is. But we need to understand that God does everything for our good, for the good of those that love Him. So, whatever situation you're going through, I know it's not a good situation. I'm over mine. I went through it. I didn't even question Him because I know that when God takes us through something, He's going to bless us to come out of it, if we make it out. You know, um, a little bit about my background history. I married a man that I thought was a blessing to me. And he was actually a manipulator. He was actually just somebody that was leaning on, leaning on because, sometimes people can see the good in you. They can see that you're prospering, that you're making it, that you're having a great day with or without them. And when they see that, they try to latch on like a baby latching on to milk. So, with that being said, I just want you to know that whatever situation you're going through, hold your head up, keep smiling, um, keep praying. Pray every day, read the Bible every day. I tell you, God will move mountains. He will move mountains out of your way. Just know and believe that He will bring you through. He will take you through the storm, the rain, and He will definitely uplift you. You know,
You paid me?
no, I didn't. Yes.
Mhm.
And He will definitely keep you safe. I was beat by my husband because a young man, he see me and he wasn't even looking at me. He knew my husband. And I was at my husband's apartment because he didn't trust me, so he went got him an apartment. And I went to his apartment to pick up his clothes, to wash his clothes for him, and he went back in to get his clothes, and I stayed by the truck. When I stayed by the truck, he assumed that the young man liked it me and we was talking, conversing or whatever. And on our way going to my house, he was like, "You, why you playing with me?" And I said, "Playing with you? Like playing with you? Like what you mean playing with you?" So he was like, "You gotta be talking to somebody else. You gotta be liking this young man." And I was like, "No, I don't know this young man." And he didn't believe me. So lo and behold, going down the road, we stopped in front of this real estate company. It was a new real estate company that they just opened up, and it was in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, on Lincoln Road. So we went there, and he was angry, and he said, "Take me back home." I said, "Okay." So I went to get something to eat on the way going back home, which I did not know who I married. You don't know somebody until you marry them and you stay with them and stuff. I didn't know that he was going to beat me and almost kill me that night. So that night, he ended up starting to fight me. After we got something to eat, I couldn't even pay for my food. I had to leave my food there. And I got so upset, I left my debit card at his house on his in the grass where he was, because he was arguing. My debit card slipped out and it was still there when I got ended up getting back. So he beat me from right there on by they got a Waffle House. Right, excuse me, y'all. Right across from Old Charlie's, and he ended up beating me right there for a few minutes. And I know somebody heard me. When somebody is getting beat, call 911 and tell them the description of the vehicle, everything. It's not being a coward. It's getting help for somebody. Nobody came and helped me. Nobody helped me. And I seen two women on the porch in those apartments right there. They did not help me. They did not do nothing. And we ended up leaving that place. It was a little bit down the road, but I know they could hear me hollering and screaming. I know. And so I was driving, and he made me drive all the way to back to his apartment. And I was so scared because he had beat me. I didn't know where my glasses was, and y'all, I cannot see. These are bifocals, and they are thick as all out get outs. I don't know if you can see the thickness, but the thickness is like bifocals. If you ever seen somebody with bifocals, they're like the Coca-Cola bottle from the 1980s, in my era, from when I was actually born. But I can smile and talk about it because I've gave myself to God, and I am just so at peace, But he beat me. He kept me in the house for like 2 weeks after that. After we left the apartment complex, it was a little bit down the road from the apartment complex, so it wasn't directly in front of those two ladies, but I know those two ladies on that porch heard me screaming and hollering. And we left there. We went towards his place, and he pulled over in the doctor's office. He said, "Pull over," and he said, "I will cut your throat." And y'all, I was praying. I was praying. I said, "You know what?" I said, "You don't want to kill me." I said, "Think of your daughter and your mother, the people that you love. Because apparently, if someone loves you, they will not do you like my husband did me." And so he ended up leaving there. We ended up going back to his apartment complex, and I stayed there for a long time. But y'all, I seen like a white image when I was praying, and it was God just letting me know that he's sending his angels to descend around me, that he wasn't going to do anything else to me. My face was badly bruised. My eyes were shut. I could not see. I had to, it took about a week or two before my eye went down. My pupil was busted, and it was on this side here because I was driving and he was on the passenger side. So this side here was all messed up. My eye and stuff was disfigured. Like in the morning, you could see a little bit of, you could still see a little bit of it, like especially in the morning. People think my eyes are still swollen sometimes. Like my daughter, my sister, she video calls me. But whenever you're in that type of situation, you got to let someone else know. You need to let a couple of people know what kind of situation you're in, because that's the worst situation to ever be in, is a domestic violence situation, because whatever happens behind closed doors, normally people love to keep closed doors stuff private and secret. But sometimes you can lay in that situation and you can eventually die. I could have died. I could have been dead and gone today. Today, it's a possibility that I wouldn't even be here to tell this story. So, whenever you're in a domestic violence situation, please let someone know. And if you're afraid to tell somebody, they have hotlines that you can reach out to. There are numbers you can search online and find those numbers. If people in your personal circle are judgmental, you don't need nobody that's judgmental. You need to find somebody that's going to be able to help you. You need to have a plan in place. Right now, going through my divorce, my husband has texted me and called me every single day since we filed a divorce on Monday. So, and I let him know I'm okay. I'm okay. Just go, and I hope the next person that he gets with, he does not destroy them because I had to get my nose rebuilt. They redid my nose. And sometimes I catch myself constantly, picking up my glasses and stuff, and my nose it looks good. So, I could have been blind. You can't really tell about my eyes, but that's physical abuse and mental abuse. You know, the mental side of things, I gave everything to God, and when I gave it to Him, I left it there. Um, and I forgive him. I forgive my husband. Yes. Well, my ex-husband. I gotta get used to saying ex-husband. But I'm making this video in case anything happens to me that you guys will know the story. And also I hope nothing ever happens to me. But make sure you have a safety plan in place. And you have a good day.